let's continue. I'm going to go to the layer manager. We're going to work on the cabin area. So I'm going to select the cabin layer, make it active layer. And I'm going to go to left viewport. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. So what we're missing is there's a panel. It's hard to describe. It's probably easier for me to show you. It hangs down below this cabin, comes down, and then it tapers in, has a few little holes in it. And the other thing we need to make is just two panels that come in the back section here, and these rails attached to them. So what I'm going to do first is select the floor of the cabin. Let's select this, and I'm going to Alt Q. And I'm going to do this in the back viewport, which is actually the front. I'm going to just do it by eye. We're going to create geometry, create panels, shapes, line. I'm going to come down, start in the center, and click. Don't worry that it's showing as renderable. We'll change that later. We'll come down like this, and we'll come to the halfway point just like that. Okay, and let's disable the enable and render in viewport. F3. Let's convert that. We don't even need to convert it, so that'll spline. We're going to just shift and drag that right now as a copy, and we'll mirror it just like that. And let's make sure we're in the middle. Okay, let's attach the two splines. I'm going to take this one. I'm going to roll down a little bit, and when I see attach, I'm just going to click on attach the other one. There we go. And now we're going to go to vertex selection. I'm going to select these two verts. I'm going to fuse, then weld. Same at the bottom. Fuse, weld. I think we're going to backspace or delete those. Let's delete those, just like that. And let's do this. Let's make a couple circular splines. I think like right around here. Let's just do this. Shift and drag it as copy. And let's take both and do the same. So they line up similar on the other side as they do on that side, just like that. Now we'll grab the original spline and attach these circles to them with the attach tool. Hold on one second. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and we'll undo attach. Let's go to perspective. And let's do actually a bevel instead of an extrude. And zoom in a little so we can see what's going on. And let's just change this value. There we go. And exit isolation. And we need to move that back. It's kind of at the middle of the train. So I'm going to lock it with the space bar. I'm going to use the move tool, and I'm just going to come in there and pull this back so it's at the back of the cabin. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Let me kick it up just a touch. There we go. That's all it is like a little cover or panel. So I'm going to save the file right now. And the last thing we're going to do is just make a little wall section that kind of we attach this handle to, this handrail. Let me grab one. Grab a side wall, the floor, and the roof. Alt and Q to isolate. I'm going to go Shift B for back viewport. And very quickly, I'm going to just do this. Click. I'm going to make a spline that matches these shapes. Let's just click that there and say yes. We can adjust it. Let's turn off renderable. So those two get clicked off. Let's grab this vert right here and let's make that a perpendicular line, which it is now. That looks good. I'm going to perspective. I'm going to move this back to where it needs to be. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Add an extrude. I'm going to make that an inch. I think that's what we used earlier for the walls of the cabin. And just move it back a touch like that. There we go. It's not poking through the top. It looks good. I'm going to exit isolation. I'm going to shift drag it to the other side. Just like that. As a copy. We could do it as an instance in case we were to modify it. Mirror. And we'll make sure it's a tight fit. I hit F4 to show wireframe, and you can see it's a little past the wall it needs to be on. There we go. Let's hide this blueprint really quickly. F3, make sure I have the blueprint. There we go, hide selected. F4. Okay, so now we have that kind of enclosed. I'm not sure if it's perfect, like, it might be configured slightly differently. You can look for more reference. And with that, I think that's about all we're going to do in this exercise. It was a pretty intense modeling exercise. There are more details. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you the support files. There'll be this file that you see here, and I may actually contribute one more where I added some other detail elements, like a final file that I continue on. Um, I want to thank you for viewing, and I hope you enjoyed and learned a lot from it. So, thanks.